Good evening. Today is the 9th of July 2018. Interview with the author of James Locker, The Duality of Fate. There are 3 questions to be asked today. 3 questions about James Locker. The first one is, how would you summarize James Locker?
So James Locker is different from other book in the sense that it's a crime story. It was the first book I wrote back in 2013, and it's different from most crime stories in the way that it's a psychological thriller that can also be seen read as a dark satire, and it plays with the idea that most crime stories have about the stereotypes of the alcoholic cop that's very successful and how dedicated the cops and so on are. In my story, the alcoholic cop gets the sack in the beginning of the book, and the police are not dedicated at all to their work. They're a lot more interested in their hobbies, and that's why things play out differently than they would in a normal crime story.
Okay, question 2. What challenge did you face specifically when writing James Locker?
So my challenge when I wrote James Locker that I haven't had in my other books is, because it was my first book, I didn't really know how to pace myself word-wise. So if you see the Divine Dissimulation and the Divine Sedition, I've actually had more material than the 80,000 word limit. When you're writing a novel, you're looking at around 80,000 words. So in both Divine Dissimulation and Divine Sedition, essentially had to not elaborate on things I wanted to add. In James Locker, it was the opposite. I was struggling to get it to 80,000 words, which was because it was my first book. I haven't written it before. So ideally, if I were to get the story flow better in James Locker, I would probably get 60,000 words. But I wanted full length. So there is things in James Locker that I feel it's side chapters. Mm-hmm. But the good thing, having said that, is James Locker has more humor. It doesn't take itself as seriously as the other books. So that's also a strength.
Okay, last question. What do you feel that make the book James Locker, Duality of Fate, unique among all of your novels?
So I was just talking that what I say is unique is it's a lot more attempts at humor. Both the Divine Dissimulation and Divine Sedition is a pretty serious book. It's not really attempted at humor.
No.
While James Locker, it attempts at humor. It's a very dark humor, but it's still a humor, and it's a lot more satire among.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think there are humors in your book, Divine Dissimulation and Divine Sedition, which I have been reading, and I really think your Divine Sedition book is actually quite funny. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Ellen. Yeah, you're probably right. It's like humor is very ambiguous, but I think when I wrote when I wrote James Locker, I intended it to be more slapstick humor at points, which you also emphasize in the audiobook version, Ellen. In the audiobook version, for those of you who haven't listened to it.
Oh yeah, there are funny moments in the James Locker scenes where, what's the name? The
Adam Smith,
female police officer by the name of Rebecca. Is it Rebecca?
Yeah, we can leave that discussion for
the
next episode.
Yeah, because it was quite funny that she found out about their so-called Asian travels and demeanor, and I thought that was quite funny that they had accidentally published themselves out in the speaker while not noticing that everyone in the police department have heard about their ridiculous sex stories. So I thought that was funny. And the fact that James Locker, in the book, they had continuously directed the killer to be Adam Smith. So I also think that was interesting, that somehow the readers were led to believe the killer was a certain person, but at the end of the book you realize that that person is not the real killer. Yeah.
I just need to add in the I think you mixed up Adam Smith and Michael Fuller, but that's okay.
Ah, yes, I meant Michael Fuller. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Well, thanks for today, and I will keep you posted shortly.
Okay.
And thank you for filming it.
Not a problem. Bye.